So anyway, the movie starts with Zordon, right? And he's crash landed on Earth and he is not in good shape. Oh boy. And I thought we could get Bryan Cranston, get him naked, covered in blue makeup. Oh, I love that idea. Right, yeah, that's gonna be great. While we're at it, we should see if he wants to be in the movie. Yeah.
What's up, Theta Rangers out there? We're going to be checking out a Power Rangers screen rant, whatever that is. We're going to be checking it out, though, so get ready. Stick around till the end, like, subscribe. It's morphin' time. May the power protect you. All right, so just a heads up. I typed in Power Rangers rant because I wanted to see if somebody had some kind of nerd rant or something like that on the Power Rangers that I was going to review. And this screen rant channel came up and pitch meeting, it looks like, is something that they do, and I'm going to check it out. So we're going to be going through this together. I don't know if any of you know about this, but it seems like they have a lot in their catalog. So we're going to go through this, and I hear it's pretty funny from what the comments sound like. So let's get to it.
So, you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. I thought we could do a Power Rangers reboot. Oh, that's a recognizable brand. I'm listening. Yeah, so I figure we could go a bit darker, a bit more serious with it. Ah, interesting. Except for Rita Repulsa and Alpha 5, who will seem like over-the-top cartoon characters. Okay, is that gonna mix well with the overall tone? Nope. So anyway, the movie starts with Zordon.
Okay, so I kind of get it now. Okay, so it's a guy, I guess he's acting as the producer or the head of the company or whatever that's approving these movies. and the guy is the writer of the movie, and he's pitching it to the CEO. Okay, so I'm up to par on that so far.
Right, and he's crashed. Okay, is that gonna mix well with the overall tone? Nope. So anyway, the movie starts with Zordon, right? And he's crash landed on Earth and he is not in good shape. Oh boy. And I thought we could get Bryan Cranston, get him naked, covered in blue makeup. Oh, I love that idea. Right, yeah, that's gonna be great. While we're at it, we should see if he wants to be in the movie. Yeah. So what else happens? Well, so then Zordon dies and this evil Power Ranger, Rita Repulsa.
And then we should see get him in the movie. Oh shit, this is good. Okay, I see why they have so many comments. Oh man, that was good. That was good.
And I thought we could get Bryan crash landed on Earth and he is not in good shape. Oh boy. And I thought we could get Bryan Cranston, get him naked, covered in blue makeup. Oh, I love that idea. Right, yeah, that's gonna be great. While we're at it, we should see if he wants to be in the movie. Yeah. So what else happens? Well, so then Zordon dies and this evil Power Ranger, Rita Repulsa, falls into the ocean. A very exciting intro. Yeah, so then we're gonna meet this guy Jason who lives in a town called Angel Grove 65 million years later. Oh, just the biggest time jump. Yeah, and Jason and his friend, they're pulling a prank. They're bringing a bull into a school. Okay, and his friend thought it was a cow, so he milked it, but it was a bull, so you know what that means. Is that really the note you want to start this movie on? Somebody milking a bull? Yes. Okay, great, me too. Okay, good. So anyway, then Jason crashes his car and gets sent to detention and placed on house arrest with a curfew and an ankle bracelet. Yeah, nice piece of jewelry, not too bad. No, like a police bracelet. And Jason's dad is pissed because he was a football star. Sure.
Who is this guy? Does he do all of these pitch meetings? Let me know in the comments, because this is already one of the funniest things I've ever seen. This is up there with that Batman versus Superman, which we are going to do more of that Pete Holmes Batman interpretation, because I hear that there's some funny ones in that too. But let me know who this guy is, and because if he wrote this and if he does all of the pitch meetings, I've got to check these out. This is hilarious. This is some of the funniest stuff that I've ever heard. He's a great writer. If he wrote all this, I'd like to see if he's the primary writer on this, because he has immaculate timing, and the comedy in this is spectacular.
So he goes to detention and he meets these other students, Billy and Kimberly. And what's their deal? Well, Billy's on the spectrum and he keeps getting bullied about it, and Kimberly also seems like she's being bullied. But she's not? Well, these girls are being mean to her, but later we're gonna find out it's because Kim shared some explicit photos of her friend with people. Oh my god. Yeah. That feels like that's probably a felony, right? Yeah, she might be a felon. Jeez. But now she's gonna be a Power Ranger, so that's fun. Okay. So anyway, then
Zordon did say recruit some teenagers with attitude in the original, so that kind of makes sense now. That's some attitude.
Billy hacks Jason's ankle bracelet, so now he's free to do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, for the rest of the movie. And his parents aren't gonna wonder why he's not at home for his house arrest? They will not. Huh? So then Jason and Billy go to this mine, and they run into 3 other teenagers that just happen to be there at the same time. Oh, teenagers do love hanging out near mines. They sure do, sir. So they all find these special coins and get superpowers. It feels a lot like that movie Chronicle, but with merchandising opportunities. Oh, I like the sound of that. And then as they're escaping,
You know, it does sound a lot like Chronicle when you think about it. I never put that together, but Chronicle was an awesome movie. And now that I think about it, this is the exact premise of that movie of Chronicle. I never put it together, but yeah, that's funny. That's hilarious.
escaping from mine security, the van merchandising opportunities. Oh, I like the sound of that. And then as they're escaping from mine security, the van they're in gets hit by a train. Oh, are they okay? Yeah, they all just wake up at home. They're all good. How did they each get home? Unclear. Well, okay then. So they all start discovering their superpowers, like super strength and jumping and whatnot. Wow. So they go back to the mine and they see this alien ship that's been there for millions of years. Okay. So they meet Alpha 5 as well as Zordon, who's had his essence uploaded to the ship. And how is he able to communicate with them? Well, we're gonna say that the ship has English loaded onto its matrix. How? Oh, don't worry about it. So then Jason's father fishes Rita Repulsa out of the ocean and she just straight up starts killing people. And so is Rita also gonna find a ship and learn to speak English through its matrix? No, she just speaks English right away. If we specifically give a reason as to why Zordon's able to speak English, doesn't that kind of shine a light on the fact that there's no reason for Rita? Okay, well maybe whenever she's not on screen, she's using that Duolingo app. That works for me. So anyway, Zordon tells the teenagers they need to morph into their Power Ranger armor, but for some reason they can't do that. Oh, bummer. So they need to train by, starting a tiny fight club amongst themselves. Nice. Yeah, and they only have 11 days to get ready before Rita starts her evil plan. So what is her plan exactly? Well, she wants to find this thing called the Zeo Crystal and use it to destroy life on Earth. Very rude. For sure. And so then the Power Rangers start becoming friends. They learn a bunch of stuff about each other around a fire. Oh, like what? Like Zack the Black Ranger has a sick mom, and Trini's parents don't approve of her orientation, and Billy's dad is dead. And Kimberly's probably committed a felony. No, she's gonna keep that one to herself and just tell
She's gonna keep that one to herself, yeah. Probably a good idea.
Jason about it later. It might be a good move. Anyway, so then Billy's gonna figure out that the Zeo Crystal is at this random building in town. At Krispy Kreme. What? The crystal, it's at a Krispy Kreme. It's not, no, why? And so then all the characters can say Krispy Kreme a bunch of times, Rita Repulsa can eat a donut. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, why are you doing this? Well, see, my dad's on the board of directors at Krispy Kreme, and I would just love if I could get him to say that he loves me, just once. Oh, very sad, sir.
Oh my god, that's funny.
So then, and I would just love if I could get him to say that he loves me, just once. Oh, very sad, sir. So then Rita's gonna manage to ambush the Rangers and she's gonna kill Billy. Oh no. Yeah, but it turns out Zordon had the power to bring somebody back to life just once for some reason, so he uses that power on Billy instead of himself. Oh, a very thoughtful 65-million-year-old spaceship consciousness. And so then the Power Rangers learn the true meaning of friendship or something like that, and now they can morph into their armor. Yeah, so we're gonna see some Power Ranger action, huh? Where are we in terms of runtime? We're about 90 minutes into the movie. Oh my god. And meanwhile, Rita's making this monster Goldar out of gold. She's gonna be like, yes, make my monster grow. Oh,
That was an awful looking Goldar. And I'm sorry, but Elizabeth Banks just didn't. She could have probably pulled off a good Rita, but she just didn't. It just didn't work. She was I know that the original Rita Repulsa was way over the top, but if you're going to make a Power Ranger movie and structure it in a realistic version of the Power Rangers, why are you going to keep the extravagant over the top Rita? Tone it down. Like, if you're going to tone down all the Rangers and all that, tone down Rita too. She was way too over. Oh man. There were so many reasons why that movie didn't go off like it should have. And that was what Rita was one of the reasons, but there was a lot that they were just doing, they were trying to do too much. They were trying to make a Power Ranger movie without it being a Power Ranger movie, if you understand what I'm saying. Or rather, they were trying to make a an action movie from a Power Ranger structure without it being a Power Ranger movie. Yeah, I hope hopefully you understand what I'm saying.
Making your monster grow is tight. No. No, no, no.
Wait,
Monster
what?
grow. Oh, making your monster grow is tight. No. No, no, no. I mean, it's like you don't hear yourself sometimes. That didn't sound good at all. I shouldn't, that didn't sound good. Anyway, so Rita's using this monster to straight up destroy the town as she's looking for the crystal. The Krispy Kreme. Sure, and the Power Rangers, they're gonna be piloting these big Zord machines that they have. Very big machines. Yeah, there's gonna be a ton of chaos. Jason's gonna see his dad get into a big car crash and go and save him. Okay, so do all of Jason's big plot moments involve devastating car crashes? Oh, yeah, pretty much. You don't wanna mix that up maybe a little? I don't. No. Well, okay then. And also those girls that were mean to Kimberly, their car's gonna get wrecked, so she's gonna be like, heh, that's what you get. I thought Kimberly was the one who shared the explicit photo.
Kimberly is an awful person now that they've pointed out. I didn't put all that together, but Kimberly is a horrible person in this movie.
Yeah, but they were mean to her about having done that. Okay. Anyway, so Lee was the one who their car's gonna get wrecked, so she's gonna be like, heh, that's what you get. I thought Kimberly was the one who shared the explicit photos. Yeah, but they were mean to her about having done that. Okay. Anyway, so eventually Rita's gonna push all the Rangers into this big fiery pit in the ground. Yeah, it's gonna be tough for them to get out of a pit. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, all their Zords get combined into Megazord. How'd they know how to do that? Unclear, just kinda happened in the pit. Oh, pits are always full of mysteries. So then they slap Rita into space and she freezes because it's cold up there. They slap her into space. They slap her into space. That's how this movie ends. They slap the bad guy into space. All right, I mean, okay, and so that's about it. What do you think? Well, I mean, it's a reboot of a very well-known brand. I don't see how it can't be a big success. And if it's not, you know what we can do? What? Reboot it. Ah.
And it never happens. Back to the command center, guys. Holy shit, man. Why didn't anybody ever tell me about this pitch meeting phenomenon? I don't know what it is. They seem to have been doing this for a while. I don't know how I have never come across this before. That was some of the okay. The funniest part was the whole, but we can get Bryan Cranston and paint him blue and have him naked or whatever. And then the guy's like, yeah, and then let's ask him to be in the movie too. That was such immaculate comedic timing. The writing in that was so good, and it accurately depicted the flaws of how the Power Rangers was. I didn't realize how awful of a character Kimberly was in the movie. In the TV show, Amy Jo Johnson played Kimberly, and man, she was one of my first little kid crushes. She was, and still is, she's one of the most beautiful women I have ever seen in my life. She was just amazing and still is. But man, the character that they made for this movie is a felon. I mean, she is a horrible, selfish, greedy, just awful person. Man, I had no idea. I had no idea. It just went over my head. I was too focused on trying to, yeah, let's get this Power Ranger movie out. It's going to be so good. And, you know, I'm going to look past the Goldar looking like complete jack shit and having Krispy Kreme being said every 15 seconds in the last 30 minutes of the movie, and Rita Repulsa being so over the top evil, and obviously her green suit's going to relate to the next movie that they were going to do with the evil Green Ranger, and then Tommy at the end not being in detention but being called on. Obviously, there was just so much that they were trying to do in that movie that just didn't go well, and it just really, I was so optimistic for it, but it just never worked out. And now that Jason David Frank is passed, you know, they're going to have to do something really special to kickstart a reimagining or a reboot of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which I really hope they do for a new generation and for my generation too. We deserve, I just literally watched today the original 1990, I believe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, and I didn't realize how mature that film was. It didn't have any blood, it didn't have, gore and a whole bunch of swearing or whatever, but it was set in a dark, realistic setting. And man, I didn't realize how good we had it back then. We had filmmakers and writers that cared about the material so much and made it to where it was for the because the original comic books of the Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, were more adult oriented in the sense that there was a lot of blood there. It was in black and white for the most part, but it was very mature. Not adult, because that sounds kind of X-rated, but I mean mature. It was very mature, and that's what we've all, as Power Ranger um, fans, have been hoping for this entire time. Not just having dark, you know, uh, coloring in the cinematography and stuff like that, but actually having like a plot line that is more mature and not felony wise, like getting giving naked pictures or whatever that Kimberly did, and you know doing all that stuff. Anyway, whatever. I'm just saying that for the time, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie that we got in the 90s, the original one, it was done in such a way that I didn't realize how good we had. I realized how much I loved it, but I didn't realize until today, until I rewatched it today, because I hadn't seen it in probably 15, 20 years, which is on my bad. But I rewatched it today and I was just sitting there thinking, wow, this is a masterpiece of a cartoon to film uh, project. It was done so well. And with the Jim Henson's Muppets and all that stuff, I don't want to get too much into it. I'm just saying this this Power Ranger movie failed for so many reasons, but that's not even why we're here. Sorry about getting all in the weeds about that. I always do that. But this Screen Rants pitch meeting thing is hilarious. Let me know in the comments if there is some that are better than others that I need to look into, because that was pretty damn funny. And I'm going to have to look into some more, especially ones if they have more in like the Marvel or Transformers. Even I would love to see what they say about the Michael Bay Transformers. I really hope they have some funny shit to say about that. So anyway, let me know down in the comments, what do you think about this content? What do you think about the new style of things and how I'm taking it? We're going to be doing some live streams going forward. Just let me know how I'm doing, what you want to see going forward. And I love you all so much. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and share this content with everybody. Go to Teespring, check out my merch, buy some merch. It would help me out so much right now. I am in the weeds financially trying to take care of my mom. She's disabled, and I have a brother that just he has so much that he's trying to work on right now. And I'm just trying to take care of my family. Please go to Teespring and buy some merch. Uh, do anything you can. Go to Patreon. I have exclusive content over there. It would help me out so much. I love you all so much. You're always welcome here. You're always going to be a member of the Morphin Grid here. And I welcome you all, new subscribers and old, to share this content, share with everybody you know. And it's Morphin time as usual. Let's get going, and may the power protect you.